So rather than type up a bunch of stuff on my blog about Texas, I decided to do a video. I went to Texas last Thursday. It was a 12-hour drive. I did 2 or 3 stops on the way. I was screaming along at 80, I will admit that. Unless the speed limit, sorry, there's a mosquito in my house and I don't like them. Unless the speed limit was 55, then I would drop down to 60, 70. But most of the time I was able to do 80. I did get a speeding ticket on my way, which was bound to happen because, as I said, I was going very fast. And I haven't gotten a ticket in 12 years. My last ticket was in 2007. I was driving a Chevy Metro and I was doing 84 with a 3-cylinder. I'm very proud of that ticket. This ticket, not so much. I had just taken my car off cruise control because I saw the speed limit drop down to 55, and the police officer was a little bit ahead of that the speed limit sign. So, and I was the only one on the road, so it wasn't like I could blend in. Don't speed in Texas. The ticket was $300 because I was doing. He got me at 77 and a 55. That was the only bad thing, and like I said, to me it's not really that big of a deal because as fast as I drive, it, it was bound to happen. On my way over there, I didn't see the Welcome to Mississippi sign. What I saw was Jefferson County, Mississippi. That's all. It was just a green and white regular road sign. Didn't say anything special. But Mississippi, to me, is the most scenic state on 10 between here and Texas. Louisiana is not. It's very swampy and wet and smells funny in some places. And I think I was on 10 the whole time I went through Louisiana. And make sure that you stop and go pee before you start crossing Louisiana because, like I said, wet, swampy. Texas was not what I expected or remember. I have been through Texas at least twice driving, and I don't think I was on 10 because I remember Texas being flat and brown. This trip, there were hills, really big hills. I wouldn't necessarily call them mountains, but there were hills. And it was green. It was hot, but because the humidity was low, I didn't really notice that I was getting hot until I started feeling sweat on my face, and then I was like, oh, I'm sweating, I must be hot. But it wasn't really uncomfortably bad. I got to go to HEB. Nikki made sure to take me to all these places I've been very curious about. Let me back up though. I did go to Buc-ee's because Buc-ee's is supposedly really cool, and it was really cool, except that I had to take Mort in with me, and there's a sign that says no pets, but I had to pee. So he came in with me. I hurriedly went into the bathroom, which I parked at one end of the store, and the bathrooms are in the middle, and Buc-ee's is big. It's a very big gas station, grocery store. It's just big. So I'm like going through the store with the dog and went to the bathroom. Then I decided to go shopping, but I was worried about staying in there too long and being kicked out, even though he was really quiet, and the people that saw him did think he was cute. Thank God they didn't ask to pet him. But I was able to get a few things from Buc-ee's. So back to HEB. We went to HEB, got a few things from there, and I think we got the Moondrop grapes from there, but we also went to Trader Joe's. And Trader Joe's has changed a lot since I went to it back in California. I remember it being small and them having the barrels around the store that you could scoop things into, and that it wasn't as big of a grocery store. This one had a lot of produce in it with the Moondrop grapes. Um, Different apples. So I tried a Dazzle apple, which was yummy. And I think I got my plant there, which I'm not going to show you because I'm tired right now. So it was fun. Nikki had also planned on showing me a grocery store called Sprouts, but I think she could tell that that day I was kind of worn out, so we just decided to go home. The mornings it was great to sit outside out in her backyard. She's got a really nice backyard, and of course she's awesome with plants, so I was able to hang out there and check out her plants. There isn't a lot of birds right now, probably because of the heat. There were hummingbirds, pigeons, and mockingbirds, which I liked because they had a really cool call. But if they're the ones that I think I was looking at, they're really not that pretty. I think they look like they're just blackbirds. But their call is pretty cool. I'm definitely going to go back either in the fall or in the early spring when it's cooler, so we can actually go out and do outside stuff. Um, Especially with Julie, Nikki's daughter. She's young lady, has a lot of energy, and I like hanging out with her. But you know, we were in the grocery store, and that can get kind of boring for a child. Although I think she did really well. Um, I enjoyed myself. It was fun. It was just not. I was expecting, like I said, brown and flat, and there wasn't brown and flat. It was green and hilly, and oh, and we went through this one town called Bee Cave, and I looked up why it got its name, and it got its name because there used to be a lot of honeybees in that area in the caves. So um, that was pretty cool, and I got to have lunch with Dave and Anne Marie Reed. They're diving buddies of mine. It was good to see Anne Marie. I hadn't seen her in forever. And Nikki picked out the restaurant. It's called Pyology. There is one in Tampa in Cordova Mall. Not Tampa. Wow, that was a Freudian slip. Hey, Eric. In Pensacola in Cordova Mall. And it's a pizza place, but it's individual pizzas, and they're pretty good size. I ate half there and then half for dinner, and so did Nikki. But they have cauliflower crust pizza, which I would think that that's less calories than regular pizza. I got that, and this probably came from what I got on top of it. I got buffalo sauce with buffalo chicken, very spicy, artichoke hearts, mushrooms, black olives. There was a whole bunch of other veggies on top of that, but it was it was extremely spicy pizza. But it was good. So if you have a Pyology near you, check it out. We also went to Chuy's, which is Tex-Mex, very good food. They make their own tortilla chips, and they make their own salsa. And the Chuy's we went to has a big red fish in front of it. I don't know if all of them have that. And the patio, the fence around the patio, it was a wrought iron fence, blue, and it looked like the ocean. So there was an octopus in there, fish, dolphins, and I took some photos of those and put them on my Facebook page. And they also, if you bring in a framed photo of your dog, you get, I think, 10% off your bill. But they'll also put it up on the wall. So that was fun. What else did we do? Well, we went to the movies, and the theaters around here are nice because they're in Destin, but they don't have lounge chairs. This theater, you push a button and your feet would go up and you could kick back, and then the tray swung out in front of you. And Nikki said that they'll even deliver your food to you there. And we watched Abominable, which is it's a really cute movie, but because I'm still grieving my mom, there was one point where I did have a grief burst, because in this movie her father died. Not in the movie, but that's what the movie is based on, is her dealing with the death of her father. So there was a moment where I missed my mom. Um, and then we watched another movie we watched a couple movies at the house. So it was really fun. Nikki has a beautiful fish tank, and I didn't take any photos of it. I should have, because it's just happy. It's bright. She's got a blue crawfish in there, and I think the blue crawfish, its name is Scarlet. That little bugger was moving little rocks around and busy remodeling and everything. The fish are all, I don't know what they're called, but they're round, and there's a blue one, a red one, a yellow one. They're just all different colors, and I guess they glow in the dark if you have a certain light over them. But even just watching them, it's a bright, happy tank. It's not just brown. And when I first got there, I was checking out the tank, and I was like, Nikki, what's that one with the fancy tail? Because there's a little bitty one, and it had this nice fancy tail. And she said, it's a fancy tail fish. That's what it's called. So I thought that was kind of funny. But I had a good time. I got presents. Wasn't expecting that, because I thought just visiting was a present enough. But I got some, I don't know if you can see the ornaments, but I hung them up with, see them? With my other mermaid. So I got the ornaments. It's a mermaid and a coral. And I got 2 mermaids to paint. Julie painted one, I painted the other, but those are at work. And there's a wind chime that I'm going to paint, and I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. It's another mermaid. And that one I'll be able to put up in the window up here, because I also have the wind chime that Claire gave me up there. And I bought a bunch of shirts for me and some shirts for my dad and David for Christmas. Trying to think what else. I had fun. I bought food, a lot of food. I just really had a good time. It was nice. I went through a tunnel. I think that was in Louisiana. Saw skyscrapers as I was driving along. Haven't seen those in forever. Like, maybe Jacksonville. Jacksonville was the last time. I think that's it. I just had fun. It was awesome to be able to just hang out with Nikki. I just enjoy being with her and Julie. So I'm looking forward to the next visit. So that's Texas. Yay! Enjoy Texas. And I don't think I'm going to be doing any more videos tonight, because I'm tired. So thank you for dealing with me rambling. I like Texas. Bye!